People, welcome back to the channel. Look, first things first, yeah. If this is your first time coming across my channel, sub to the channel, like the video. I mean, we just put 6 past Wolves. We haven't beaten Wolves in like the last 5 games. If you guys remember last season, we lost home and away to Wolves, okay? So, no lie, I'm so gassed, bro. It's not even funny. Like, okay, you analyze this game because I'm just gonna do the match review real quick before I head out. But first half, okay, it was just not good enough. Defensive mistakes, lapses in concentration. I mean, Malo Gusto again, third game in a row, especially in that first half. That guy was caught sleeping, bro, just napping, not aware of what's going on, and we can see. But you know what though? I'm okay with that second half. Like if you told me that's how that second half was gonna happen, if we took that shitty ass first half, I'll be all right with it. Because these guys, I don't know what Maresca said. My guess, he told them, yo, your shirt number will be taken off of you immediately if you don't fix up. Because there's no way these guys play like this in the first half, come out in the second half, and then they're on smoke. So whatever he said, listen, tell these guys every game before the game starts. Because you can't, like, another team with much better quality really puts us under a lot of pressure. That's just, the reality. But it's just the second half performance, though, was a lot better. The guys were moving the ball. Caicedo, I'm looking at you, bro. That first half, I don't know if Caicedo was out partying last night before he came in because he was looking he was moving real. I don't know. You know what I mean? Like, look, we just won 6, but before we get to the good parts of the game, we have to talk and get the bad parts out of the game first. But Caicedo was moving lethargic, unaware of what was going on. Like, we were calling for this guy to be taken out of that game, to be completely honest with you. He was just moving real booky. But second half, what a performance. Cole Palmer, 3 assists. Noni Madueke, 3 goals, 2 with his right foot. Nah, he really took the booing personal. I mean, you guys, if you're not aware, before this game even started today, I think he had posted something on social media. Um, I think he put it in the wrong chat by accident. But again, you already know when people are on social media and they see what you post, they gonna realize it. He says something like this place is shitty, whatever. So the game started, the booing, the boos are echoing, and he took that real personal. And I took that personally was a person, that was Madueke today. Yo, high key, I think every game we have, I'm gonna need him to post that again so he can get hype and just be on fire today. Because that performance, my goodness. Chelsea fans, we've been saying like Madueke is not an awful player. He's one of those guys that, like, he has certain skill sets that not a lot of people have. This guy can take on this man. Today, you saw Nori could not handle Madueke. That's the kind of gameplay we want to see Madueke have. Taking on his fullback, being dangerous, and being effective. One of the criticisms we've had of Madueke is his output is not always the best. But today he was looking real saucy. This guy was moving differently today, yo. Enzo Fernandez, second half, got into the game, controlled the game, passing was crisp. Like if you look at the first half and the second half, there was such a contrast. It's just a lot of things got better. The defensive shape, again, Wolves are always going to get a chance, right? Let's not get it twisted. You're not going to watch a lot of games where it's just 100% domination from start to finish. The smaller teams are always going to have a chance. They're always going to be dangerous because, look, you're not always going to be perfect. But that second half, we just control that game. And look, I was actually very surprised we scored 6 goals. Like, I didn't know we had it in us. I'm going to be completely honest with you. I thought this game was going to be like a little, 1-0, 2-1, maybe a 3-2. But 6-2, yeah, nah. This is different. credit to the coach because he realized, yo, we were not on it today. He realized whatever was happening in that first half, yo, switch it up, change it up. Caicedo comes in second half, looking great, looking ready. I mean, look, I don't even have the words. You know what I mean? It's just today, if if we can get half of the second half performance in a lot of our games, because for me, I've never been doubtful that we're gonna score goals. Like I've just accepted the fact that with work still being done on that defense, we're gonna concede some goals. But I always knew, or I would always hope that we're gonna score a few, a few goals. You look at the bench today. Lavia didn't start this game. He was not in the team. Chukwuemeka was not on the bench. No Chilwell, no Sterling. But even so, the bench was still looking strong. To be able to call off FELIX, NETO, Nkunku, Drewsbury Hall, Viega, Tosin didn't even play. I don't think Badiashile even came on. Yeah, that strength, like that's the depth where we've been asking for. When the again, this whole Joao Felix thing, and I've said it a few times. I can accept the fact that our squad building is not the best, but when you have a player with such quality available at an affordable price, because you always got to remember how much are you paying for this guy. If it's anything over 50, 60, walk away. But if you're able to get someone like this under 45, yo, that's amazing business. If you look at the other option, which was going to be Omorodian, yo, I don't want to hear that. Felix is here, and guess what? He's clinical sometimes. Not all the time, but that's the quality you want to have. You want to be able to take out Mudryk. You want to be able to take out Cole Palmer. You want to be able to take out Caicedo, and your team still hold the standard. This is what we've been calling for. Squad building, yes, it can be a lot better. But I don't know a lot of teams who wouldn't want to be able to call out or call off such, quality players off the bench. Like, and we needed that. You know what I mean? Jackson had his goal, had his assist. But again, you take him off, you bring Felix in, you get a different type of player up front. But guess what? You still get quality. You still get goals. You still get tactical flexibility. You still get all the things Joao Felix can add to your team. So today, look, I don't want to hear nothing negative. Okay. We can call out the few instances where it was like, you know what? Yeah, this could be improved on a bit better, but I have nothing negative to say about today. I just want to see the consistency, just going forward. Like this team is young, don't get me wrong, right? This team is young. So we're going to make mistakes at the end of the day. As long as you can rectify these mistakes, you analyze and you see, you know what, this is not working in the first half. Let me change it. This is not working. Let me change it. All right, I need to bring these players on. I need to improve this certain part of the pitch and then keep it moving. But today's game, listen, wow, wow, wow. Pedro Neto comes on, gets an assist. Felix comes on, gets a goal. And you can see the togetherness in the team. Again, this team is very young, so it's easier for these guys to kind of have those kinds of relationships because again, they're all kind of in the same age range. These guys will probably hang out in some of the similar, friend groups, and that builds team chemistry. It builds harmony. If look, you got to take the negativity out of this. But today, yeah, I am hype as hell. But importantly, though, we needed that win. If we won this game 3-2, I would have said, you know what? 3 points is 3 points. Wolves has always been one of our bogey teams in recent times. So I'll take the 3 points and I'll keep it moving. But not only did they go and win this game, they emphatically won this game. Man of the match. It's got to be Madueke. I mean, Cole Palmer has a shout, but Madueke today was just clinical. And this is what we've been asking from your Palmers, your Nkunkus, your Maduekes, your Mudryks, your Jacksons. When you get an opportunity, score. That's it. If you're not going to score, then you're not really helping the team. If you're in a position to be able to play the pass on for someone else to score, you do that. No selfishness, none of that. And these guys today, that second half, yo, Maresca, hats off to you. You realized what was not working. You tweaked it a bit. We looked a bit more balanced. We weren't losing the ball as much, and we just looked like we were ready. We came out in the second half with an intent to just get the points at the end of the day. And that's the most important thing. 3 points, 6 goals scored. And the last time we scored 6 goals in a game was against Everton. And you can understand this was at the bridge. We had hit some form and we were, just building up. We got a 2-0 win in midweek, which was very good, by the way, because, winning kind of breeds consistency and it breeds that mentality that, what, we can get a result from this game. I know a lot of, again, even I wasn't really satisfied with the performance against Servette because, let's be honest, it was dead. It was an awful, awful game. And in the second half, some of those things kind of carried into this first half of me in this game. But that second half was amazing. Okay. We did what we needed to do, scored a bunch of goals. And look, am I going to gas this up for for it to be something that it shouldn't be? Look, it's one game. So I can understand, just, calmer. Yeah. Just let's see if this can continue. But some of the attacking, just the passing, bro, the movement, the touches, the awareness. Like if you watch that FELIX go, it's the passing from Enzo, Drewsbury Hall into midfield, Palmer to Neto, Neto to Felix. These are the kind of game plays and patterns that we probably didn't have as much of last season that we're seeing Maresca try to implement now. And it's definitely going to take some time. But boy, if this really just continues to build up like this, I think we're going to be in for a good season. The defendant, Gusto, falling asleep in that first half. Colwell, look, he's been under a lot of criticism lately because he's just not been proactive when it comes to his defending. He's always backing off his marker. If someone is attacking, Colwell just backs off. Today, you saw the passing in the game. He didn't do too much wrong. Most of the time, he was in the perfect place, perfect time, intercepting, cutting out the ball. But his passing today was very impressive. Playing that ball into midfield, playing that ball out wide. He was on it. Again, one game is not really going to, just show us what the season is going to be. But we have to praise when the players do something right. We've been very critical when they've been making mistakes. And somehow we've not been giving them grace. But today, he was on it. Now, can he build on from this? Hopefully he can. But, yeah, what a game. And to think we could potentially add on Victor Osimhen to this team. Osimhen in this team, my God. Movies are going to be made this season if we can sign Osimhen. Because in as much as I like Jackson and he does a few things right, Jackson always has a moment in him. That particular situation where he was played through, I believe, by Enzo, and he could have just either squared the ball to Madueke. He just kept running with the ball and he lost it. Jackson, for me, I think he still needs to improve. He's got his goal, he's got his assist, but sometimes his decision-making has to be sharper. Don't do what we used to do last season where others are in a better position and you don't want to play the ball. You see someone else in a better position, just play the pass. Mudryk today, look, he was hooked at halftime, and rightly so, ineffective. And again, I've said this. He's one of those guys whose place in this team is going to be looking real shaky. Real freaking shaky. That number 10 is going to be snatched off his back. If he doesn't think, ask Sterling what happened to him. They're going to take that number off of you, and they're looking to sell you. Mudryk needs to be with him, I don't get it, right? Because off the ball, you see him put in the effort. But as an attacker, we want to see your quality more on the ball. And he just dribbles into alleys where instead of going out wide, he comes in central. or he runs into a player. Like he has Mudryk has the qualities where if you just look at this guy, you go, okay, if I partner your speed with some IQ and just some output, bro, you're going to be a problem. He can legit just push the ball forward and beat a man. But for some reason, he always wants to run into his man. So he's one of those guys. He's on fraud watch right now. He's been on fraud watch since, but this season, bro, if he does not perform, he is going to be sold. I like the ruthlessness, yo. If you're being ruthless, if the guy's not performing, move him on. Sometimes you should be able to say, I'm taking the L on this. That's it. Mudryk is looking like one of those guys. You see your Netos come in, they make an impact. You see your Felixes come in, they make an impact. They could have started this game ahead of him, but he was still given another opportunity and he didn't take it. So look, he has to be very careful. If Mudryk is sold, look, nobody's gonna cry. We can understand this is a failed project. It just didn't work out. He had a few good moments here and there, but not good enough. Not good enough, hence why he had to be substituted. But again, all credit to Maresca. He saw something wasn't working. He made the change, and that's it. Let me do player ratings really quickly. Sanchez, can I really blame Sanchez for a lot today? Probably not. Again, his passing was decent at points, but once in a while, he has those like bozo moments, which I just can't understand, bro. If the team is having such a good game, why do you just go and do something to just make us all nervous again? Sanchez has to do better. But for him, I think he did pretty all right. Um, None of the goals, really came from a mistake he did. I don't think he could have really saved any of those goals anyway. So that's it. Gusto, much better second half, but the first half, this guy was just dreadful. I don't know what has happened to Malo since preseason, but please, whatever you said to him at second half, I'm gonna need you to keep saying that to him before the game starts. Even before you guys hop on that coach, let him know, hey, whatever it is, get it out your system because he was moving a bit suspect today. Fofana, again, Fofana, I don't think Fofana did too much wrong. Okay. I wouldn't really blame any of the goals we conceded today on our central defenders. So I'm not even going to crush it on them. I think him and Kowa, they did pretty all right with the circumstances that, they had to deal with. I don't think they did too much wrong. Cucurella, again, did he do too much wrong? Maybe not. Because the first two goals, really, you could attribute that to like Caicedo losing the ball time and time again in midfield. Time and time again, he was just losing the ball. He didn't know what was going on around him. And he was looking like he had a serious nightcap before this game started. So the defenders, I can't really blame him too much. That midfield, though, Caicedo, bro, I don't know what was going on. First half, trash. Let's just call it what it was. Second half, back to, the Caicedo we saw at the end of the tail end of the season. He bossed that second half, played a key role in that goal that Palmer laid onto Madueke, and he was good in the second half. Enzo in the second half, much better. Tackles, winning tackles, passing the ball forward, and doing his thing. Enzo, decent game. We go to the forward line. Mudryk, taking off halftime. Cole Palmer, in that role behind the striker, he was class. And Palmer is one of those guys. Yes, he does a lot of his best work centrally. We've seen it last year. When he's central, he does a lot of good work. But second half, he did his thing. Yeah, Henry. No, first half he was not good. It's just that midfield. It just looked very open. Like it just looked like we didn't have enough bodies in that midfield. But Gusto wasn't making it any easier, and Caicedo was definitely not making it easier anyway. Because them two in midfield were just killing us time and time again. But I'm happy in the second half, the coach decided to rectify that, and he made us a bit harder to like move to in the midfield. Palmer, quality player, his goal. And that's, I got to give Sanchez his credit. That quick ball out to Jackson. And again, Jackson, more good work, more power to you, because that pass was exquisite, but that finish, rival fans before the season started said Palmer's going to have an awful season. He's going to flop hard. I was on Mo's channel yesterday, and this Arsenal fan said Palmer's going to have a poor season. And I asked him why. He said, I'm just telling you, he's going to have a poor season. When Saka had his goal and assist, they called Palmer to come outside. That's what they did. Saka had a goal and assist, and you calling out Palmer. Okay. The response is 3 assists and a goal. Saka is still yet to score a Premier League hat-trick, by the way. Let's not get it twisted. Madueke has gotten a Premier League hat-trick before Bukayo Saka, but I'm not saying Madueke is better. This is just banter, okay? But Palmer today in that 10 row was just the timing of the passing, the weight of the passing was just so important. Like other times, other people in these positions, those kind of passes, they just rush it. But that Palmer is just, look, that's our key player this season. I think he's going to even get better. Do I think he's going to get the crazy goals and assist numbers he had last season? Maybe not. You know what I mean? I feel like the goals might be a bit lower, but I feel like the assists might just be up there, if anything, because now we have better players who can take those chances. You see Palmer play that pre-assist to Neto, to FELIX. That's more of what you're going to see from Palmer this season. He might get he might play that pass before that final pass, but Palmer is going to be instrumental. And then the man of the match, the play. Honestly, Madueke, I don't think you're going to see any performance as good as that this weekend. I guarantee you're probably not going to find any performances like that this weekend. That guy was just on it. Yo, he took the booing personal. Madueke in the first couple of games has been left out. And you could just tell he has been he's been hungry. Every time he's come in, he's made an impact. He's been very hungry. And today, he really put Wolves to the sword, taking on his man time and time and again. Yo, Nori couldn't do anything. And we all know Madueke has this in him. You know what I mean? Like, if his problem for me sometimes is he looks uninterested sometimes. Sometimes he feels like I'm too good for this. But the best players always have to, even though you can have the arrogance about you, you have to have the final end product. That's what differentiates and separates you from the good players to the players who are trying to be good. And today he was on it. Henry said in the second half, did you realize that Wolves switched off? Credit to our front line for the continuous pressure. Wolves couldn't play out because we were on it, winning the ball back time and time again. And I believe that's probably like an instruction. Maresca told him, yo, press these guys higher up. Don't let them try to build up from the back. Don't let them try to play that ball into the midfield. And we just constantly kept dispossessing them. We just constantly kept killing Wolves on the counter. We kept killing them with, and Cunha can hold that too. Because once he got his goal, he was talking all that rubbish to Jackson. He can hold that. That whole Wolves team can actually hold that. Because, yeah, you beat us last season. So guess what? You want to talk all this. Bro, we're not on the same level. We're not on the same time. You're talking too much, bro. We still have a whole bunch of the game to go. Okay, you scored your goal. You want to talk? Let me see you talk now. Yo, honestly, once we scored that 6th goal, we should have just went in front of that bench and just did this to Cunha. Because he was talking too much. Bro, like, I get it. You're having a decent game. You've scored your goal. We've given you the ability to punish us. But, yo, that nonsense, bro, nah. Talking too much. You got to hold 6 and take it back home. Like, yo, when I was watching the game and he was doing all that, I was like, yo, if we don't win this game, man, I will be upset. I just want to be able to rub that shit in. And he was just doing a lot of that. Yeah, you can't do that no more because you're getting killed. We're not on the same level. Last season, yeah, you beat us because you know what? It was a shitty season all in all. We can guarantee that. But look at you looking average now. Look at you looking like you're gonna be in for a long season. But I'm not gonna lie. Wolves look like a good team, and I don't expect them to be fighting relegation, to be fair. Because even today, even though like they played us, at times, and we actually in the second half just had them in a chokehold. I still see Wolves causing other teams problems. Like that number 9 they have, that's a goal, like that's a poacher's finish. So I think Wolves are gonna be all right. Cunha is gonna give people problems, and he's gonna do his thing. But yo, don't chat, bro. Like the game is not done yet. You chatting too much. Player ratings. Sanchez, just for that pass, like Henry's saying, just for that pass to Jackson, I'll give you a nice low, like I'll give you a 6.5 because I don't think anything you did today was really your fault. That Cunha goal, you couldn't do much about it. The number 9's goal, really couldn't do much about it. But that pass to Jackson, bro, top notch. That shit was just pinned the fuck out. Good play by Jackson, but that pass, bro. See, Sanchez has the ability to do that, but for every good thing he does 6 bad things. So you can't really be confident in Sanchez. But today, he ain't do nothing wrong. I give him the credit. That ball was exquisite. That touch from Jackson, even better. But the finish was cold, bro. And when people have this like Saka Cole Palmer debate, I never put these two guys in the world. Like I was on Mo's channel yesterday, and they asked me, do I think Saka is world class? And I said, no, I don't think so. Because for me, I think for a player to get to the world class level, you have to be winning. You have to be an important like player if your team is winning. You know what I mean? And when you look at Foden, he's done it over the last couple of seasons. Yes, De Bruyne in any team is always going to be that guy everybody turns to first. But when it comes to it, Foden contributes. He scores goals. He was the Premier League player of the season last season. He's got trophies, Premier Leagues. He's got a Champions League, Club World Cup. He was a world champion at a point. So you can't really say Foden hasn't really deserved that title, because I think once you add goals, assists, and win into your game, and you look, Foden is one of those guys. You don't have a lot of Fodens in this game. He's on the eye test. Foden is a quality player to watch. End product is there, and his team wins, and he contributes. So he's someone that I could say, I can say that Foden is world class, because guess what? He's won. Saka hasn't won anything. All Saka has done is helped his team to 2 second place finishes, and that's it, bro. If we're gonna gas up being the bridesmaid, then what are we doing here? Foden has been a champion 4 times in a row, won the Champions League, Super Cup, Club World Cup, FA Cups, League Cups. Bro, what are we doing? I know winning is a team sport, but you can't compare Saka to Foden. Now, another question they asked me on Mo's channel was, do I think Harry Kane is world class? And I said, I think Kane is class, but he's also not won anything. At the end of the day, big up JoJo. At the end of the day, when you line up Harry Kane and your strikers, Lewandowski, Suarez, you can call these guys world class because these guys actually have won. They have their output and they've helped their team win majors. So Kane, for all the goals he scored, he'll be a great goal scorer. But my classification of being world class is you're able to drag your team to win. Kane hasn't been able to do that. So I'm not going to call him world class. I think he's a great striker, one of the best. But I'll just put other people, like if I put world class, there's going to be like a bunch of people and then Kane will be on the bottom. Same thing. So Palmer, he's not there yet. But at least Palmer, he's won. He won the treble before he came, scored the winner in the Super Cup. Like, that's actually being, a part of something. He scored the winning goal, scored against Arsenal in the Community Shield, albeit they didn't win that. But when you start saying this world-class stuff, another question they asked me was Ederson and Alisson. And, I didn't think about it then, but I'm like, there are 2 world-class goalies anywhere. So you can have your pick. You can have your pick. If you ask me Ederson or Alisson, I'll take Ederson because, one, They're both great goalkeepers. They're both up there in the world class. But Ederson has something Alisson doesn't. He's a goalkeeper that can pin the ball 70 yards. Bro, you should see some of his assists to like Aguero and those guys. Ederson is one of those one-in-a-kind goalie. He's still a decent shot stopper. Like, you don't see him conceding so much because, one, City's, defense obviously is great. If you have good goal defenders in front of you, your job is easy. But when you pick them two, you compare them. Okay, what does this guy have? What does this guy have? Ederson is world class. Alisson is world class. So even that question, like, I was kind of like, we're talking about Saka and Palmer and Foden. Ederson and Alisson, bro, these guys are world class anyway. I'll choose Ederson because I guess he has a lot of things that, like, if you look at the greatest goalkeepers that are going to be in this league, Ederson is going to be one. Guess what? His team has won 4 in a row, and they're probably going to get 5. Like, he's going to be part of a historic team. You can't take that from him. If you switch Ederson and Alisson, will they probably have won as much as they have? Potentially, because Man City is one of the best teams in the league. But you can't deny that Ederson has certain fundamentals that Alisson doesn't have. Alisson makes mistakes, so does Ederson. But Ederson is for the kind of system I'd want to play. I'll take Ederson because guess what? He's still a good goalie. We want to play out from the back. You want your goalkeeper to be good on the ball. Ederson is your man. Saka. I'm not even trying to disrespect Arsenal fans because I think Saka is a quality player. Okay, for him to be able to have that consistency at this stage is pretty good. GA, he's always up there. Goals and assists. But, bro, if you're not helping your team win the majors, I'm not going to put you up there. Like, you're not. I'm sorry. Guy Smiley says, I agree. Kane could be classified as world class if he takes them to the Bundesliga and Champions League and actually win those trophies. Thank you. Because nowadays, they just, world class is thrown at everybody. And I think I don't think it's right because you don't even have to do too much now to be classified as a world class player. Like, everybody gets that tag now. You look at the likes of like Vinny. Vinny single-handedly has won Madrid games. He's dragged them through Champions League games against the likes of your Chelseas, your Manchester Cities. Like Vinny, bro, world class because he's won. Bellingham. And see, even the world class thing, it's not even about say you just won. It's what have you done? When you look at Palmer and Foden, Saka and Foden is actually won. And when you talk of like ability, he's just on par with Saka as well. Like, you know what I mean? So, big up, Smiley. Let me put the StreamYard. If you guys want to jump into the StreamYard, let me know. Let me put it in the chat real quick. If you guys want to come on, let me know what you want to say. But I think today, honestly, great game. Let me see who we play next. Who do we play next? Hopefully it's a home game because I think we can, if we can build on this performance, we should have a decent season. I think top 4 for me is still the goal, honestly. So we play Servette away on Thursday, and you already know we should be winning that game. We should be winning that game. And then we play Palace on Sunday. Oof. It's an early game. But we're gonna do the watch along anyway. Give me 1 second, guys. Look this up real quick. Guys, like the video, sub to the channel, man. Let's get this video out in the algorithm. Let's see what other scores. Oh, and let me shout out Viega too. Viega looks like one of those guys who is always going to be like he's just going to be a steady Eddie for you. Like, he doesn't need to do anything too emphatic. Like, he just has to come in, do a job, keep it simple. And that's what we need. Like, the turn he did in midfield, some of the passes he plays into midfield. Look, Chilwell is being sold because he doesn't fit the system, and we have to agree. Chilwell just ain't been on it. You know what I mean? Chilwell doesn't fit the system we're trying to play. And I can appreciate a manager who says, you know what? Look, you're not going to play a lot if you stay here. You got to go somewhere else to play more. And then that's it. But I think we're gonna be good. Joao Felix, I gotta give this guy credit too. Like, yeah, when you need to be clinical, like you could do all the nice nippy footwork and you could get all that stuff in and out. But when you get that chance to score that goal, give me that goal. He comes in and we're beating all 007 allegations. I think that's just a Man United thing, and they're gonna have to hold that because I know people were waiting for Neto to go 007, Felix to go 007, Palmer again this season. I know people are trying to rate this guy. They're trying to write him off, but he's just going to get better. Imagine Palmer playing these passes to a fully fit Nkunku, your Pedro Netos, your Joao Felixes, even a Jackson at sometimes, and now you add an Osimhen to this team. Rah. That's why I have picked this to finish ahead of Man United, by the way. I think if we can do well this season, if we can just score goals and sort that defense out. I know there's been rumors that we might be looking at another defender. Yo, we already got like 5 of them. But if you can bring in someone who is, for me, bring in someone who is experienced, just knows how to organize a defense. Like, let him be that second coach on that pitch for you. That's all I need. Because I think these guys still have quality. Like when all these guys played with Thiago Silva, your Colwells, your Desasis, your Chalobas, your Badiashilas, they were looking decent because Silva just knew how to just organize that defense, And I think we need that. I wasn't too happy we conceded goals from set pieces. So I'm looking at Cueva like, bro, what have you been doing? that second goal especially, bro, that was just, yeah, that wasn't worked on in the training pitch. It was not. But Cueva, you need to start earning your money, bro, because we looked very bad last season on set pieces. And we don't need a repeat of that. So let's not do that. But guys, sub to the channel, like the video, man. I'm gonna be in here for a bit. See what's the Liverpool score right now? Because at this point, top 4, we're gonna have to start looking at other teams' results. Newcastle drew today. That's even better because we're gonna be fighting with these teams for that top 4 position. But this was a good win, guys. This was a solid win. I'm very surprised. Like 6 goals, I did not see 6 coming through. Big up to you, Smiley. I appreciate it. Henry, thanks for doing God's work, man. Letting people know about the channel. The link is in the description if you guys want to just come in and chop it up. So we're up to 7th now. Okay, because last week we were 17th. We were 17th. I'll take that. Nah, he really has a lot of work to do but you know what it is, though? I'm not going to lie to you, bro. The defenders we had today were very short. Like Colwell, Fofana, these guys ain't really the tallest. Like when you look at Arsenal defense, Saliba is like 6'3", 6'2", 6'3", 6'4". Magalesh, about 6'2", 6'3", up there. So they have Partey, 6'2", 6'3". Rice is like 6'1", 6'2". So these guys have height in their team. Our guys are mad small. Caicedo, short. Enzo, short. Gusto, short. Cucurella, short. Colwell, short. So I can understand why we might struggle with set pieces, but still needs to somehow look. If it comes to zonal, man-to-man, whatever it is, just make it so hard for the opposition to be able to get a clean run at that ball. Like Wolves, I think beginning of the game, they could have scored from a set piece. It was a free header. Homie could have did a lot better. But again, those are the kind of things I'm looking at. We need to do better when it comes to set pieces because Arsenal, they got a lot of goals from set pieces. They were bullying teams. We need to be that team, which means you might have to bring your Tosins into the team, your Dasasi, your body Achilles, because these guys are very tall. So if we want to like not concede as much, yeah. But the problem is, I like the partnership of Koa and Fafana. I think ability alone, they're our best two. So you need the consistency. I don't want to see chopping, changing, switching it up, having some like we need consistency. You need to build your first team. And I want to touch on that Lavia low hamstring issue because for me, I'm hoping, bro, this ain't no big injury. We don't need that. When midweek when Palmer was holding his hamstring, the coach said it was cool. So I'm just hoping this is one of those where it's like we just don't want to like build up too much of your game time. You felt a little something cool. Take the day off, take the week off. Thursday, maybe you don't play. I don't know about the Caicedo situation. Hopefully, someone can let me know. But he walked off the pitch. If anything, he looked like he was gassed out. It didn't look like a hamstring injury. It didn't look like an ankle injury. It didn't look like anything. So I'll be okay with that. But this season, we need to keep these guys fit. Like these guys need to stay fit. Lavia is going to have such a big season, and it's not even an understatement because today I think if Lavia played in that six, we don't get as exposed as we did, guaranteed. I think he just shores us up a bit better. But again, I don't know what was going on with the midfield. Caicedo and Gusto wasn't working. At some points, I was expecting maybe like Cucurella to invert and Gusto just go back into that defense. Try something out. Let's see what happens. But that's just it wasn't good. I'm surprised that we're conceding stupid set pieces goals when we have tall defenders. I hope Lavia is okay. Can afford. Yeah, listen. I hope Lavia is okay too. The coach said it's something minor. I think Fabrizio posted something on his. He tweeted something saying Lavia said I'll be back soon. Yada yada yada. So I'm just hoping that's the case, bro. Let's see if I can pull up that tweet. I'm just hoping that's the case because he's going to be an important player for us. There we go. Let me share my screen so you guys can see this. I'll be back very soon. Nothing to worry about. Yeah, I know. See, I don't know what I'll be back very soon means. Like, are we talking a couple of weeks? What are we talking? So that's what Fabrizio posted. Romeo Lavia, I'll be back very soon. Nothing to worry about. It's going to be a long and exciting season for us. So I'm just hoping that this ain't nothing crazy, no big injury, because we need this guy, But like I said, I don't think you're going to see a better performance over this weekend from Madueke because he just looked like he wanted that, pause. Like he just looked like he wanted that smoke. He was on it. First hat trick. And I'm glad to see that with the goals and assists, it's been spread out into the team. When you look at Arsenal last season, their goals are spread out. Odegaard chips in, Saka chips in, Trossard chips in. I mean, they spread the goals out. The defenders get goals. Yeah, I hope so too. Because I hope soon means another 6 months. Because, bro, we can't afford that. I mean, yes, maybe we can, but I don't want to see that happen. I think Lavia has a big season coming up, and we're gonna be good. I'm just gonna see if there's anything else happening. But I'm so happy for Joao Felix, man, because like the nonsense people were talking about, like he's not the right profile. Yo, so what, bro? Like when you have a player with that quality available who's willing to move, take a pay cut, and not so expensive, bro, you make that move. You want to be able to like rest these guys. You want to be able to give all these guys some game time. It's going to be a long season. So let's see what's happening. Transfer news. Saw something about McTominay. Share this real quick. If United are trying to sell this guy, then it must mean like the deal for Ugarte is getting close. Napoli are closing in on Scott, not linked to Billy Gilmore, as negotiations remain separate. New bid worth over 30 mil accepted by United and talks moving to final stages. So it's looking like McTominay might be off to Napoli and Billy Gilmore. So, I mean, that could be good news for us. Maybe it means Osimhen, by me being moved on to get some of the money they're spending out on these guys, get them wages off. Because there's no way you're gonna get Lukaku, keep Osimhen, McTominay, and Billy Gilmore. Like, Napoli must be making a lot of money then, if that's the case. Let's see. What did Henry say? I don't know why many people criticize Madueke for his attitude. This guy works very hard behind the scenes. He even had a personal trainer to help him hip up his fitness level and technique. Yo, you know what it is, Henry? Like, I think Madueke is one of those guys, just on ability. He's confident in his ability. And us fans, we're confident in his ability too. It's just there's just going to be certain games where you're watching him and say he loses the ball or he doesn't get the ball passed to him. It's the reaction after that. You know what I mean? Like, I get it. You can be confident, and look, you got to bet on yourself every time because no one else is going to do it. But it's just times where it just feels like you're not being a team player, and it just feels like, bro, you're just throwing a tantrum for no reason. That's the only reason why I think people criticize. Because for me, I think like, yo, back yourself. Whenever like he goes in to say, yo, let me take a penalty, I can respect that. I just want you to respect the fact that someone is already the penalty taker. So you don't, just because you're confident in your ability doesn't mean you skip, the process. Believe in yourself when you have the opportunity. If Palmer gives you the penalty, take it. But you don't try to take it off of him when you know clearly he's the one who's supposed to take it. That's my thing with Madueke. But look, if we sell him, I'm going to be tight because you don't see a lot of players like this who are willing to take on their defenders 1v1 and most of the time beat them. Like, the guy has pace. He can finish. That this is 4 goals already for Madueke. He's already damn near halfway through his last season's goals and assist count. 4 goals already, bro. Like, this is crazy. And if he can just keep improving, that's the thing. Keep improving your finishing, keep improving just your contribution to the team. Don't suck, come back defensively. Just help the team. Madueke, for me, has to play. The first couple of games, I've been calling for him to play anyway. If people watch my streams, they know for me, I said I'll play Madueke instead of Palmer because Palmer just hadn't looked like he was ready. But guess what? Good players clearly don't need that much time to be ready. They just come in and they do the work. So that's it. They come in and do what they need to do. But United selling McTominay, that must mean they're getting Ugarte is getting actually close. And I think when they do get Ugarte in, I think it's going to be a good deal for them. I'm not going to lie. I think it improves them slightly. How much better can they get? I don't know. And I hope not, just because, bro, that's one of the teams we're fighting for when it comes to top 4 anyway. So, nah. Andre Santos scores for Strasbourg. That, this is someone I probably would have kept in this team. To be honest, I would have loaned out Ugochukwu, kept Santos because Santos just fits what we're trying to do. Possession, playing from the back. He just fits it. But I can appreciate the fact that they want him to go out, get the experience, so that next season when he comes in, he's ready. Like, Santos, he's going to be a big player for us. I have no doubt. Let him keep doing his thing. I'll be gutted to see Madueke go. We need to see him grow in the next 2 or 3 seasons. No, for sure. And I mean, with the way he's performing now, here's the thing. It's 2 things. It's either they go, you know what? We can't sell this guy because he really just has that bit about him that we don't have in this team. Or right now, his value is just going up. So if Newcastle come in and you really want to sell him, you can ask for like 65 mil because, again, he's on it. You can ask for 65 mil, 70 mil because he started the season really on fire. So it's good to see. I really hope they don't sell him because he is just like he has something all these other guys don't. Like, these other guys are still good. Neto can take. See, Neto is one of those guys who may be able to give you what Madueke does and beat his man. But Neto doesn't really get a lot of goals. Like, Madueke will be more of a goal scorer than Neto will be for me because he gets you like 8 to 10 goals a season. So Neto will give you what Madueke can give you when it comes to just being able to like take on his man, but you can't sell him. Just leave him, bro. Ben Jacobs. Cole Palmer now has played 35 Premier League games for Chelsea and recorded 37 goals, goal contributions, 23 goals, 14 assists. Quality, bro. This guy's goal tally when it comes to goals and assists. This is what we were looking for when we signed Havertz. This is what we're looking for when we signed Havertz. Cole Palmer's come in for a fraction of that price and immediately been. I'm not even going to speak on Cole Palmer, bro. It's getting boring now. Because we know the guy is just quality, though. I'm glad we signed him to that extra 10-year contract because we're not, can't see this guy leave. But guys, this has been the match review. Look, if this is your first time coming across my content, tune in as much as you can because the season is going to be long. The content is going to be coming in. We're going to be doing the watch-alongs. I couldn't do a watch-along today because I was very tired, but I still hopped on Carefree Lewis's stream. If you're not subbed to his channel, please go shout him out. One of the realest guys in the game. I mean, he's just cool dude. Go sub to his channel if you haven't. But I think next weekend, though, I might be able to do the watch along, depending on if I'm still around, because I might not be around this coming weekend. So I don't know if I'll be able to do the watch along. I can't just take my setup with me. You know what I mean? But if I have to do it on my phone, I might have to do it on my phone. It's just that simple. But I'm happy today. It was what it was. Like, ain't much you can really say about that. Today just was perfect. It was beautiful today. You know, Henry. Wait, hold up. What did it say? Yeah, no. See, with this whole thing, I think it was more on Poch, though. Poch should have just laid out the law and said, yo, this is who's going to take the penalty. And if he's not here, this is who's next. If they're not there, this is who's next. You can't be fighting over this. But it was the manager's fault for me. Don't try to give this guys, the chance to just make whatever decision they want. You have to say this is who is going to be our penalty taker. So you don't see these guys fighting. Like when we saw that, it was stupid. Jackson fighting over it, Madueke coming in, Gallagher having to push people aside. Bro, just say who's going to be the penalty taker. If it's Palmer, if it's Nkunku, if it's going to be Madueke who's third in line, just establish that, bro. Just let these guys know. Don't have them looking stupid and silly out here, but that's it. Yeah. Palmer is what we actually were thinking Havertz was going to be. I thought Havertz was going to be a player for us, but clearly he's just not built for that. He's not ready to have this pressure. And potentially, maybe because Palmer came in with no expectation, he's been able to just ride the pressure. When people don't really expect you to do much, you can just go ahead and do you. Havertz, we paid big money for him, but as footballers, you can just see the quality is different. Like Palmer does things that Havertz, when he was a bit younger and when early 21, he looked like he could do. When Havertz came in, I thought he could be that guy who played behind the striker, and he showed us that he wasn't. Palmer is a different player, though. This guy is he's it. Maresca had some things to say about Mudryk. Show you guys in a minute. Said Maresca on why he saw Mudryk. Because I was not happy. In some moments, we can manage some situations better. He was working hard off the ball, but on the ball, I expect a bit more quality from Misha. He had some good moments today, but the reason why was to change it was to give Pedro some minutes. Look, you have someone who is not doing right. Take him off. You have the quality on the bench. You bring somebody else on. This is why you need a big squad. But not just a big squad. You need a big quality squad. If you take out Misha and you had to bring on Sterling, then you're just bringing Meaty for Meaty. Like, you don't do much with that. You might as well have just left them on. But if you take out Misha and you bring on Joao Felix, or you bring Pedro Neto in, instantly the quality improves. Instantly, you get much better productivity off that left. And you already saw what Neto did. This team is exciting. We just need time. I think what we honestly need is more time, consistency. Pick your strongest 11. Let these guys gel together. give them the opportunity to build relationships on the pitch. And I think guaranteed we're going to see a better performance. You know what I mean? It's just timing, but these guys have to still show quality. Henry says that's true. Jackson, Palmer, Madueke. Yeah, all these guys came with like little to no expectation. When we signed Jackson, not a lot of people knew him. You know what I mean? So it's like they can come in and just play freely, no pressure. No, like you see why Caicedo struggled because Caicedo knows how much money they paid for him. You look at Enzo, we paid a lot of money for these guys. So that's why people will go at them every single time. You look at rivals, they always have to crush it on Caicedo and Enzo because they always say, for 100 mil, I expect better. For 100 mil, I expect more. So that's just it. If you cost more, they expect the performance to just be a bit better. That's just the reality, you know? But Gusto still needs to fix up, man. Gusto needs to fix up because he's been just shaky. He's been shaky. But I have to give big props to Enzo Fernandez today as well. Like today, that guy was like on it. You know what I mean? Especially in that second half. He was winning the ball back. He was playing the passes through. Enzo is one of our biggest, like he's one of our best passes in this team. Like, in as much as he can be slow and just bullied off the ball, like when he's on it, when the guy wants to play, he's one of the best. Those passes, it's always on. I'm watching that third goal again, and it's just beautiful. Just the build up and everything was just class, yo. Just beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Man, tears in my eyes, bro. We've really come a long way from watching your Mounts, your Havertz, your Gallagher's. We've come a long way. Uh See, PYS. Let me bring this up. Madueke is definitely staying. If you sell Madueke, you got to be selling him for a big price. Just in, Madueke is set to stay at Chelsea. I think today is the final confirmation of this plan. Bravo, bravo, bravo. You should we don't have that many wingers like Madueke, bro. If he can add that consistency, yo, we're eating. That's just it. We're eating. We are eating. Yep, a big quality squad is what we need. Even bringing Viega for Cucurella's good balance. Viega looks like a calm and tough guy. Yo, Viega looks like I said, one of those consistent guys who comes in, steady Eddie, gives you a 6.57 every game, might have his moments, but you know what? Solid. You know what I mean? That's just it. I'm very impressed with the sporting directors and the guys who are signing these guys. Dream says, don't forget Sanchez long ball for the yo, that ball was just I already gave it the chef's kiss before you probably tune in. It was straight chef's kiss. That pass was just it was perfect. But the touch from Jackson was everything, bro. That touch from Jackson was everything that set it up. And the finish is just freaking cold. Finish is just yeah. Enzo definitely upped his game. I think everything that happened over the summer, you can see that he's still kind of getting into everybody's good books. You can see that he's being a bit timid and all of that. Like you can see he's like, yo, I don't want to do too much, but he's upped this game like when he came in the other day against Servette, that ball to Madueke, quality. He's upped this game, and this is the Enzo we feel like we want to see. This is the guy we paid money to watch. In the World Cup, he was good. In his first 6 months, I've always said it. His first 6 months with us, he was good. People like to be like, no, he wasn't good. When he first came into this team with that blonde hair, the number 5 on his back, bro, Enzo was cooking. I don't care what anybody says. The next season, yeah, he had a bad season, and then last season, the injuries and whatever. But this is a fresh season. He's had the surgery, the groin surgery. Yo, now we're gonna judge him. You know what I mean? Dream says, I think he played Enzo in the correct position. He played deeper today. Enzo always plays best when he's deeper. Like you want him to be the guy with the most touches on your team. That's just it. You want him to be the one who's dictating your play. Playing him as an 8-10, he's always playing with his back to goal. Like he's not seeing the game develop. You play him deeper, bro, you pick a pass. Enzo is one of our best passers in this team. And you just gotta You have to just play this guy right. Play him deeper with legs around it. Like there's just certain players that you're gonna have to just they're not the best defensively, but they give you something which comes to your passing, controlling the tempo of your game, building a play. So yeah, you do that. Don't try to put him in a different position because he's not good as a 10. He's not good as as an 8, box to box. That's not his job. Just let him play deeper. Let him just cook, bro. That's all you got to do with Fernandez. Henry says, I think Madueke should be staying, bro. But the good thing is, see, since it's been at Chelsea, there's been a gradual improvement in his game. Like there's been, you see now the final product is getting better. The pass is getting better. He's finishing with his right foot. In preseason, that was one thing I said. Madueke needs to learn how to shoot with his right. Don't be shy, bro. Just shoot. Take the shot. Don't try to go back on your left. If the chance is there, take your right. If all these goals, the 2 goals he scored today with his left, with his right. If he try to come back on his left, the angles are close and the shot is going to be blocked. When you get it, just lace it. Bam, done. And that's just it. Do you think we should sell Mudryk? Look, Mudryk is one of those guys. I think he's on his last season, bro. If it's not good enough, sell. There's no point trying to develop something that ain't happening. Like, if it's not working, just get rid. I'm sorry. Like, if sometimes your coach doesn't have to hold your hand, you just have to have certain fundamentals. Like, you got to know when to come on the inside and when to go on the outside. Mudryk has so much pace that most times he should be going on the outside, taking his fullback on and beating him for pace because nobody's catching you. But he doesn't do that enough. And then when he comes inside, the pass isn't good. He loses possession. It's just sometimes it's just like brain dead. You know what I mean? So again, I think this is going to be a big season for him in terms of just getting his shit together. If he doesn't, I think they get rid, man. I honestly think they do. Because he like if it's been like 4 different coaches and there's no improvement in you, bro, then maybe sometimes it's just you. Like it's just what it is, So I wouldn't want it to see him sold because I think he's just one of those guys who can blow up, but he's got to help himself. And yeah, guy, Madueke has been improving season on season on. So I'm not surprised to see this. I'm just more happy, and it's firming it for me that um that guy, if he takes it seriously, he's going to be one of the good players. He might not be one of the best in the league, but he's definitely going to be a good player. So Madueke just needs to keep doing that. You're going to have bad games at the end of the day, bro. Everybody does. Even the best do. But how do you pick yourself up? How do you go again? Don't forget what you need to do. But yeah, Madueke is going to have a big season. There's potential in Mudryk, but he has to help himself. Because look, potential wouldn't really cut it. You have to help yourself, bro. You have to do what you need to do. Because if you were just going off potential, nah. Other people have to people are gonna take your spot. There's people ready. Neto is ready. Felix is ready. So if you don't, and Nkunku is there. So if you don't take your chance, yeah, you lose it, man. It's gonna be it. Yeah, just go direct. Sometimes, bro, just too many touches sometimes ain't the best. It ain't the best. There's sometimes you just have to be decisive and just bam. If you have to go direct, you go direct. And we definitely need to start shooting. That's why I miss the likes of like your Gerrards and your Lampards. Because if they have the opportunity to shoot, bro, they shoot it. That's why they got a lot of goals. Players now want to like get into the box before they take a shot. Nah, Lampard will lace that shit 30, 35 yards. Just lace it. And it's going to be on target. If it's not on target, it might be a goal. But we just don't have shooters now. Can I believe the depth of the squad? Listen, this is how Madrid fans feel, bro. They just be and watch it. Because they know Valverde is not on it, you bring Tchouaméni in. Tchouaméni is not on it, Camavinga. Camavinga is not on it, oh, Modric. Simple, bro. That's how Madrid. I think Madrid fans at this point, bro, they're numb to it because they just have too much quality. They numb to that. yeah, our defense definitely cannot continue like this, yo. Our defense needs to be a lot better. Like, we can't be having to win every game in a shootout. There's gonna be times you're gonna have to just shut up shop, keep it moving, Bob's your uncle. You know, like. But I think with consistency, that's gonna happen. I think these guys just need to like build a relationship together. That's just all they do. If they do, I think we're gonna be fine. Like, and they just need to grow up. Like, they have to grow up. Just show maturity. Don't don't play like your age. Take responsibility and just grow the f up, bro. That's all they need to do. One of them has to just take responsibility, and that's it. Um, Madueke had he apologized. He said, I just want to apologize to everyone that I might have offended. It's just a human mistake, an accident. It wasn't meant to be out on my socials like that. I'm sure Wolverhampton is a nice town, and I'm sorry. Bro, he's a kid. You know what I mean? Like, people say dumb stuff all the time. They're sorry when they're called on social media. That's just what it is. But again, it's one of those where you move it. Wolves, I'm sure, is a nice town. I've never been, but I'm sure it's nice, you know. But yeah, that's the thing. Like, he's still a young kid, maturity, immaturity. It just eventually it's gonna happen. The reason why, like, back in the day, your DDAs and your SENs and your Balaks and all these guys, these were grown men. These were men with families, kids, mortgages. These were professionals. In today's game, I mean, these it's just a bunch of young kids who are just really talented and they're playing. You look at the teams we had, Carvalho's, your Cahills, these were grown adults. Ramirez, Mireles, these guys are adults. So they don't do this whole social media nonsense. Like, you don't see them really doing it, but this is the social media era. So that's just what's going to happen. A lot of people are going to be on it. That's it. But Madueke has to stay. I'm sorry. Yeah, Madueke has scored a hat trick before Rashford, before Anthony, before Saka. Whew, she's beautiful. Now, Enzo is definitely lucky to have this squad because this is a good squad. You just have to put it together. I'm not like, put it this way. If Chelsea, I'm just gonna take Spurs, their defense. If we had Van de Ven in defense, even if Van de Ven and Romero were our two center backs, I guarantee you, bro, we compete. We compete. If we had Van de Ven and Romero, we definitely compete because defensively, these guys are good. Maybe not Romero because Romero be having his bozo moments. But you give me Van de Ven in this defense, bro. We at least compete for third position. Maybe not the league, but we compete for sure. Definitely. It's just, again, I think our defense gets better. I miss the maturity of the old days. We're in the present down now. Unfortunately, we have to deal with it. Yeah, that's just the reality, bro. Like, the game moves in stages and seasons. Back in the day, there was no social media, and like, these guys were adults. They were grown. You look at this Chelsea team. All these guys are most of our players are like 25 and under. The oldest guys are probably Sterling on this team, and Kunku's 25, maybe 26. Sanchez, like 25. These are like Drewsbury Hall, 25. These are the veterans on the team. Everybody else, and Desasi, everybody else, 23, 22, 21, 19, 20, 21. So that's just the social media era we're in, man. Unfortunately, that's just the reality. It is what it is. And we're just gonna have to take it as it is. But there still has to be some seriousness. There still has to be professionalism. These guys just have to be professionals, but they're young kids. They're not thinking about all of that. They're just thinking about coming in, playing soccer, playing football, getting their bread, going home, social media, nice fits, nice cars, all dripped out. You know how it is, man. That's just it. That the old era is gone. Like, it's gone. It's just it. Can't bring it back. That time is gone. This is the time now. It's a social media era now, so that's just the reality. But guys, listen, sub to the channel, like the video. You know what I mean? Let's help this grow. I gotta go eat now, and I gotta get out the house. I gotta go run a few errands. But I'm so happy you guys joined in. Dreams, Guy, Henry, I appreciate you guys coming on. And just interacting with me in the comments. Sub to the channel, people. I appreciate the support. And the content is going to be coming out, man. It's just going to be, you're going to get it here. If I'm not here, you're going to find me on Lewis's stream. Just support the channel. Like the video. Sub to the channel. Dream says, we need a more mature and experienced defenders. But the Tigers, I think, younger Neymar and Hazard proved that you just need to find the right profile. Remember, we have Estaval and Pies incoming. Absolutely. Absolutely, bro. Dreams, much love. I appreciate you as well. Guy, yo, I fuck with you as well. I appreciate you guys, man. Yesterday, I was up since like 6:30 for that watch along, our game, the United game, which again, I did predict that they were going to lose that game. I predicted 2-1, and I'm happy it was 2-1 because United last season, they were just scamming a bunch of results. They were shit, and they were still getting 3 points. And Brighton yesterday weren't even good. Brighton weren't even that good yesterday. But again, it is what it is. I appreciate that, man. Salute, Dreams. I appreciate you, bro. Henry, fuck with you. Great content. I appreciate it. Thank you very much. Yeah, I just couldn't do the watch along because I was tired, bro. But I had to do the review real quick because I was hyped. And I'm sure all of you guys were hyped because beating Wolves. Again, we hadn't beaten Wolves for so long. In our last 5, they've won 3, and we've only won. Have we even beat? Let me check this, bro. In our last 5, we haven't beaten Wolves. So today we needed to put them to the sword. And Cunha was just talking too much shit. So he can hold that. Cunha can hold that. Talking all that rubbish. Wait till the game is done. Talking all that nonsense. Talking all that rubbish. He can hold that. But yeah, we hadn't beaten Wolves in like 5. So today was very important. But guys, I appreciate the support. I appreciate the love. I have some content coming out during this week. Listen, if we get an Osimhen here we go Monday, I'm going to need you guys back for that. Because adding Osimhen to this team, adding a gunman to this team, whoo, we will make movies this year, bro. Like, we have so much quality in the attack that we might have to win a lot of these games in a shootout. That's just going to have to be the reality. Even though we don't want to, but up until we fix that defense, it's going to have to be hella shootouts. It's just what it is. But people, I'm going to end the stream here. You guys can go out, shit on the rivals a bit, let them know what we do. You know, we're smoking on that Wolves pack. It's just what it is. I should have came in with some sunglasses. Hold up. Matter of fact, this is for Wolves, man. Smoking that Wolves pack, people. Yeah. Yeah, we're smoking that Wolves pack. Yeah, they was talking all that rubbish. All that nonsense, man. Cunha, you can hold that. Hold that nonsense. Bruh. Yeah, we'll be there, Dreams. We will definitely be there. Smoking that Wolves pack. I don't even smoke, but I'm smoking that one today. They can hold that. Talking all that nonsense. Uh-huh. But yeah, guys, I'm gonna end the stream now. Love, appreciate y'all coming through. Sub to the channel, like the video. I got some more content coming out, so you guys can catch it over here. But love, love, love. I'll see you guys later, guys. Love. Peace. Appreciate it.